Hello, welcome back to my channel Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou and today I'm going to share with you some Christian fiction books that I could find that are releasing in April 2023. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about Christian fiction books mainly and also to do with Christian faith, so have a look through the channel and the videos that I've made previously to see if it's something you would like to see in the future, and if so, please do subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed in the past. I do appreciate you doing that and watching my videos. It's always really encouraging to hear from you in the comments. And saying that, please do add any books that I've missed off of the list down in the comments so everyone else can see. And also, as we're going through, if any book sounds like it will be interesting to you and you want to read it in the future, let me know down in the comments. As always, I've split these up into different genres. So my throat is still playing up. I can't read or speak for a long period of time. It gets very sore. So the majority of this video is going to be audio only. It seemed to work okay last time. I know somebody said that seeing my frozen face was a bit strange. So what I'll do is I'll just throw up the pictures of the book covers as we're going along, and I'll record the audio for it and read it out just a bit at a time just to save my voice. So in Mystery and Suspense, the Arc of Zorro by Kathleen Ibarbo, I hope that's pronounced correctly, releases in paperback on the 1st of April and is published by Barber, and I believe the ebook released in March and the hardback released in May. It's book 4 in the Gone to the Dogs series. Strange happenings are afoot in Brenham, Texas, as dogs start showing up at the Lone Star Veterinary Clinic with a Z spray painted on them. The cops blame pranksters while pet owners are blaming each other. Receptionist Cassidy Carter uses her social media expertise to try to get the culprit caught on camera, but Texas game warden Justin Cameron thinks online media attention is the last thing this case needs. When Cassidy's post goes viral, more dogs are found painted and the clinic gets marked with a big Z too. How could her good intentions have backfired so badly? The Vanishing at Castle Moreau by Jaime Jo Wright releases on the 4th of April and is published by Bethany House, and this is a dual time period mystery. In 1865, orphan Daisy Francoise takes a position as housemaid at a Midwestern Wisconsin castle and finds that the reclusive and eccentric Gothic authoress inside hides more than the harrowing tales in her novels. With women disappearing from the area and a legend that seems to parallel these eerie circumstances, Daisy is thrust into a web that may threaten to steal her sanity, if not her life. In the present day, Cleo Clemens is hired by the grandson of an American aristocratic family, the Tremblays, to help his matriarchal grandmother face her hoarding in the dilapidated Castle Moreau. But when Cleo uncovers more than just the women's stashes of collectibles, a century-old mystery of disappearance, insanity, and the dust of the old castle's curse threatens to rise again, and this time leave no one alive to tell its sordid tale. Blind Trust by Natalie Walters is book 3 in the Snap Agency series. It releases on the 11th of April and is published by Revell. Lila Fox knows she has a reputation at the Snap Agency for impulsivity, but when she receives a threatening letter from a man she helped put in prison, she can't stop herself from going all in to find out why he's coming after her. Unfortunately, she's going to need the help of the one person who questions her reckless choices more than anyone else. Explosives and weapons specialist Nicholas Garcia agrees to help Lila in order to keep her safe, but her recklessness continues to be a major concern, especially when her investigation into a conspiracy puts a target on her back. Dealing with bombs is dangerous. Working with Lila is proving to be just as treacherous to both the mission and his heart. Broker of Lies by Stephen James is published by Tyndale House and releases on the 11th of April. The man who knows all our secrets has a secret of his own. When Travis Brock, a high-level Pentagon redactor with an eidetic memory, finds a clue to solving the tragic arson that took his wife from him, he risks everything to find the truth and chances losing himself in the process. With a terror attack looming on the horizon and a pair of assassins on his tail, Brock drops off the grid and joins forces with a disavowed Homeland Security operative. Together they race to stop the attack before Brock is neutralized by the people he trusts the most. In historical fiction, When Tomorrow Came by Hannah Linder, actually released at the end of March in paperback. This is published by Barber. I didn't mention it last time, so I thought I would this time. The description reads, they waited their whole lives for their papa to return. Nan and Heath Duncan, siblings abandoned by their papa and abused by their guardian, have no choice but to survive on the London streets. When a kind gentleman rescues Nan from such a life, the siblings are separated and raised in two vastly different social worlds. Just when both are beginning to flourish and years have healed some of their wounds, their long-awaited papa returns and reunites them, bringing demands with him. Nan is expected to marry a rich suitor she's never liked, and Heath is expected to forsake his gentle spirit and become the hardened man his father always was. Dangers unfold, secret love develops, fights ensue, and murder upsets the worlds Heath and Nan have built for themselves. Across the Shores by Angela K. Couch, Kelly J. Goshorn, Carolyn Miller and Cara C. Putman releases in paperback on the 1st of April and is published by Barber. It may have released on Kindle in March. Sometimes love finds you where you are, and other times it meets you across distant shores, as four women discover in these four historical stories linked by a shared gold pendant. More Than Gold, New South Wales, 1851 by Carolyn Miller. Josephine Wilkins is headstrong and heartbroken. Where else would she have left all she knew to follow her brother's dreams and find gold across the seas? Daniel Jardine is simply seeking adventure in a land far away from family responsibilities and duty, two burdens he's happy to disregard in his quest to be known for himself. The Veil, Baltimore, 1877 by Kelly Goshorn. After Caroline Wilkins is burned during a suitor's attack, she retreats behind a lace veil and vows only to remove it for a man who will profess his love without seeing what lies beneath. Franz Kohler is a mountain of a man with a gentle heart and a hidden dream of carving intricate Bavarian clocks. Running from Love, Canada, 1905 by Angela K. Couch. Anna Kohler has left her home and even her country for the sake of her wayward brother, but when the local mounted police takes an interest in them, her hopes for the future collide. Constable Benjamin Cole has a duty to perform no matter what his heart desires. Lauren's Song, Outer Banks, NC, 1942 by Cara Putman. Lauren Randolph's world was fractured with the death of her father 5 years earlier in a boating accident. John Weary defied his father's wishes when he followed his grandfather's footsteps and joined the Coast Guard. When Lauren's brother goes missing at sea, John is determined to do what he can for Lauren, while continuing his work scouring the shoreline for U-boats. The Year of Jubilee by Cindy Morgan releases on the 18th of April and is published by Tyndale. Stifled by tragedy, 13-year-old Grace Mockingbird yearns to escape her mother's controlling, grieving hand and find her voice in a small Kentucky coal mining town. A tragic family loss has driven a wedge between Grace and her mother, who seems to be silently punishing Grace by withholding her love. Grace does penance in every chore while doubting she'll ever earn her mother's forgiveness. But change arrives with the hot winds of summer as the frequent clashes of the civil rights movement play out, not only in the Mockingbird's new television, but also in their town, and Grace must decide what she believes amid the swirling, conflicting voices, even of those she loves. Then her brother and best friend Isaac becomes seriously ill. With the world as she's always known it shifting around her, Grace must journey past her own fear and through pain to bring healing to those who need it as she tries to save the one person dearest to her. In fantasy and sci-fi, War of Torment by Ronie Kendig is published by Enclave and releases on the 11th of April. This is book 4 in the Goshorn saga. It's listed as Christian futuristic fiction and Christian sci-fi, and it is the book 4 in this, so I'm not going to read out the description, but book 1, if you're interested in looking it up, is called Brand of Light. Windswept Way by Irene Hannon is published by Revell. and releases on the 4th of April. This is Hope Harbour Book 9. Buying a haunted house was never in Ashley Scott's plans, but when an intriguing opportunity drops into her lap after a major setback, she finds herself trekking cross-country to Hope Harbour on the Oregon coast to launch a new life. Wounded warrior Jonathan Gray isn't sure what to make of the attractive woman on his reclusive older neighbour's isolated property, but her presence is none of his business, until she enlists his help with an ambitious project. When Jonathan finds his interest in the new arrival becoming more personal than professional, however, his defences go up. There is no room in his life or his heart for romance. The Words We Lost by Nicole Deese is published by Bethany House and releases on the 11th of April. 3 friends, 2 broken promises, 1 missing manuscript. As a senior acquisitions editor for Fog Harbor Books in San Francisco, Ingrid Erickson has rejected many a manuscript for lack of defined conflict and dramatic irony, 2 elements her current life possesses in spades. In the months following the deaths of her childhood best friend and international best-selling author, Cecilia Campbell, Ingrid has not only lost her ability to escape into fiction due to a rare trauma response, but she's also desperate to find the closure she's convinced will come with Cecilia's missing final manuscript. After Ingrid jeopardizes her career, she fears her future will remain irrevocably broken, but then Joel Campbell, the man who shattered her belief in happily ever afters, offers her a sealed envelope from his late cousin Cecilia, asking Joel to put their differences aside and retrieve a mysterious package in their coastal Washington hometown. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed having a look at some new books that are coming out in the Christian fiction category. Let me know in the comments which one was your favourite, one that was the most interesting to you. I hope you're having a great reading week and that you're doing well, and I'll see you again soon. God bless. Bye.